I dance to that music like I never heard it before. I've heard it for years. Good morning. Welcome to this edition of the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. We're going to talk about a subject today that, interestingly enough, I feel like a lot of people have been talking about it, but they've been talking about it because of one particular case. The issue, the subject is Alzheimer's, dementia. Now, a lot of people have talked about it in recent weeks because of a situation involving B. Smith and her husband. That's not what we're talking about today, but at least their situation has brought the issue to the forefront. I'm grateful for that, but I have three guests that have altogether different perspectives. Dorothy Bradshaw took care of her mother for 11 years. Her mom is now in a nursing facility.
Yes.
Alyssa Marsico actually works for the Alzheimer's organization.
I do.
And Sophia Duck has had personal experience through her grandmother, and now she's putting together, we'll tell you what Rivals is all about. She's got that t-shirt on, but you can't see it yet, but we'll show it to you. So welcome to you all.
Welcome.
Thank you for having
us.
So Dorothy, I want to start with you because I think that people have, unless they have walked in the shoes of having a loved one or someone affected by Alzheimer's, they kind of have this general vision of what Alzheimer's is. But I think for a lot of people, it only means that a loved one or someone you know is having memory issues, and it's a lot more than that.
Oh, yes, it is. My mother has vascular dementia. Mm-hmm. That's when the blood doesn't get to the brain fast enough to keep it functioning. I knew nothing about it, Alzheimer's and dementia. Mm-hmm. And when she started sending things to the wrong address and to the wrong place, then I knew something was wrong with the billing. She retired in 1999, and it just seems she got diagnosed in 2004 with vascular dementia. Mm-hmm. And what happened was she had called me one day. She wasn't feeling well, and she said, "You got to come quickly." I said, "Just got off of work." "No, you got to come quickly." Mm-hmm. And here she had mini strokes, and they had to call the ambulance. Mm-hmm. And find out she'd been having these mini strokes and no one knew.
So is that like those TIAs?
Yes,
okay.
TIAs.
All right, okay.
And they can be short, brief. You can sit here for a second and they'll come and they'll go. Mm-hmm. And then that's when we decided to get her diagnosed. And that's when we found out that she had a touch of Alzheimer's, vascular dementia.
Okay, and that was in 2004?
2004.
Okay, Alyssa, don't take it personally. I'm going to jump over to Sophia, and then I'm coming back to you. Tell me about your grandmother.
Yeah, my grandmother, beautiful, strong, independent, an amazing woman who unfortunately has dementia, and it's been troubling for my family just to see the progression. Like you said, you know, you go from just forgetting a few things, not really knowing who people are, to now being in a room with your family and nonverbal. Not able to communicate. My niece and nephew don't know their great grandmother as this amazing woman. Mm-hmm. So it is tough. I definitely understand being able to see that go from one extreme to the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's my grandmother. That's why I am fighting, and that's why I'm here to try to find an end to this disease.
Now, Alyssa, two different stories,
Absolutely.
but a lot of similarities. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing when you look across the board at the numbers, there are going to be some similarities.
Absolutely. See, you talk about dementia versus Alzheimer's. The big question I get all the time is, well, what's the difference? And I like to refer to it as dementia is the umbrella term for different forms of memory loss and cognitive impairment.
Okay.
And Alzheimer's is a branch underneath of that umbrella. Right. So while it's all together one cognitive impairment, there's different ways that it's diagnosed. Mm-hmm. You know, with vascular dementia, you have a certain set of symptoms. With Alzheimer's, it's plaques in the brain that are noticed first and foremost. That's how they can diagnose.
Which is actually a big improvement, because at one time, if I remember correctly, you tell me if I'm wrong, I'm probably telling my age here, but there was a time that they couldn't diagnose Alzheimer's until the person had passed away.
Absolutely. Sure. And we live in a wonderful city that is on the forefront of so many things, and Alzheimer's research is one of them. It's called Pittsburgh Compound B, and it was ironically actually just discovered right here in Pittsburgh at the ADRC at Pitt. So that's kind of one of the first tells that was able to diagnose Alzheimer's.
Okay. So we're going to take a commercial break, but I want you for you, caretaker, daughter. Tell me what the most difficult times have been.
The most difficult times is seeing her change from 5 minutes as a happy person, the next 5 minutes she can be irate. Something in the brain that signals, and she changed completely. So there's several different behaviors you can get in one day or within 1 hour. The difficult thing is no help. When you ask for help, it's fine, but when they get declining to a point, you get no help. There's no help, and she wouldn't keep help in the house. So it was all based on for me to help her out there.
For you to help.
Right.
Now, did your mother get to a point, does she know who you are?
No, she don't know who I am now.
Okay.
No, she doesn't.
And what did that feel like, the moment that she didn't know who you
The moment she didn't know who I was, and I told her my name is Dorothy, she told me Dorothy's dead.
Wow.
And that was the hurting part. It's not so much she didn't know who I was. Facial, she recognition. But the name, no, she didn't. And so you could be daddy, mommy, cousin, sister, the lady up the street.
Right.
So you'll never know. So you have to, I had to adjust to that.
You got to let that go.
That was hard to take at first.
Yeah. And Sophie, I see you out of the corner of my eye, nodding your head. Was that one of the most difficult moments for you when your grandmother didn't know who you were?
So definitely was difficult. I think the more difficult was the hurt seen in my mother. So I'm one step removed, right? But the making decisions and having to provide care and not knowing what my grandmother would actually want. And I think that was her being able to try to console my mother. Like, you're doing the best thing. You guys are having these conversations together now. That's difficult to be a step away and not be able to give any influence because I'm their child.
Right, right.
So yeah, it's a challenge.
It is challenging, indeed. We have so much more to talk about. The good news is we have a lot more time. We're going to take a commercial break. We have an event to tell you about, how you can get more information, so just stick around. We got a lot to do.